Welcome back to another episode of the Foxy Property Chat podcast. Welcome back, Jake and Phoebe.
you.
We skipped a week.
We did. We had to, sort of.
We had to. I gave you one job while I was away.
Yeah, Laura let the team down.
Laura let the team down. Bloody hell, Laura.
Sorry, Laura.
We'll be having chats later, Laura. Today we'll be, as always, going through a main topic. Today we're talking about experience qualifications that you may require, if any, in the home staging industry to get started. We've got our Q&A. Lots of questions today. We'll try and get to them all. Jake's got about half an hour?
School pickup, half hour,
so
yep.
We'll get there.
Racing out the door.
Over and underrated, and then an article Laura found for me to go through. It's an interesting one. So let's start with the main topic. The question is, what experience qualifications, if any, do you need for a pathway into home staging?
This sounds like a mostly Phoebe question.
Yes and no. I don't think you need any. Well, you don't need any qualifications.
None.
You need zero. I have zero qualifications in.
What?
I know. I have a PhD. I almost got a PhD. Didn't quite finish it in radiation therapy. That's my qualification. I think you need an understanding of business and numbers and good customer service and be a really good people person. I think they're.
I don't necessarily think having qualification hurts, obviously.
No, it doesn't hurt.
That's not to say you shouldn't go and get it, but I don't think it's a need. It's not a requirement for the industry, and we're finding at this point, and probably after the first couple of years, actually even in the first year, but more and more as business has grown, we spend our time on stuff that isn't related to any sort of qualifications that you might have. It's more on the business and the logistics and people side.
I think qualifications would definitely give you more confidence at the start, potentially. I could also see a bigger case of imposter syndrome if you had the qualifications there and you started doubting yourself. We have staff who do have diplomas. We do have staff that don't. So, and they all do an amazing job. And obviously we've built the business from where we have without that. Our background was in development. So we had done a couple of properties where we subdivided, we renovated the front one, we designed a small lot home on the back. So it's like we didn't come into it unknowingly.
Yep.
But yeah, I didn't have anything on paper.
Do you think people may use qualifications as a bit of a procrastination tool as well?
To feel like they're doing something, getting ready. Like I'm preparing myself for starting something.
Rather than actually getting started.
Yeah, just go out and do it.
Go out and do it.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, let's move into the Q&A. So, Justine from The Hired Home asks, I was wondering if you could tell me how long it takes your stylist to style a property and how many stylists you have for each install.
In an ideal world, we'd have at least 2 stylists on every job because I'd love for them to always have company.
Yep.
However, it doesn't always pan out that way. So we do often a job on our own. However, we do have our boys on site as well. So they help make sure that all of the furniture is in the right position and help hang artwork if needed. And then the girls are left to do all the other bits and bobs. On average, when I'm doing our scheduling, I will allocate the girls 2 to 3 hours to do a property.
Yep.
Obviously, the size depends on if it's 2 hours versus 3 or 4.
Well, here's a bit of a specific question, very similar question. How many staff do you need on a 4-bedroom home? Does it make a difference how many staff you use?
So we're doing one right now. So we've got a 4-bedroom, actually no, it's a 5-bedroom home that we're doing with 2 living areas. The girls could do that one on their own. That wouldn't be an issue. They would normally take about 4-ish hours, 3 to 4 hours to get that one done on their own. Sil actually has a helper. Kirsten's gone out to help her with that one today, and they'll get that one done in about 2.5 hours. The selection time at the warehouse, though, is the same. So they do all of their preparations, making sure everything's good here so that they have minimal time on site. Yep.
For those watching Instagram Live, leave us a question if you want it answered. Back to the podcast. How many, staying on our staffing questions, how many employees do you have?
Lots.
This is from...
You can answer this
I
question.
don't know the exact number anymore. I think it's 21. 21-ish full-time people.
Not including us.
We have another one start... What day is it? Tuesday.
22. Do you include Ellie?
I'm not sure if I'm including Ellie, who started
That's really bad.
Yesterday.
Well, I don't know if it's 21 or 22.
Yeah, I'm going to say 22. So Ellie, who's our new... we've got a hybrid role. So she's our consult / stylist. She started on Monday. I'm sure you'll do an intro for Ellie.
May as well.
So, and that breakdown is obviously we've got the logistics team and all the the guys in the trucks, the styling team, and then we've got a couple of admin, 3 in the marketing team. So it's it's a
nice big team.
Yeah, big team, and it's still growing as well. If you ask us this in a month's time, it's probably going to change again.
Well, here's a follow-up question from Ashley.graphics. How do you pay everyone's salaries? You seem to have so many employees.
Well, we're doing a lot of work as well, so...
I work for free.
or whatever. No, they're all paid very well. We don't want them to go anywhere.
You just got to make profit to be able to
right.
pay. Yeah.
So to give you an understanding, we're doing 5 installs every day, and we don't have to pay a higher
Yeah, we
company
own
for the
our furniture.
We own our stock.
So our biggest expenses are
the warehouse,
wages and new furniture. Warehouse
That's a big
factors
cost.
into that, but even
new stock, that's a big cost.
new stock, yeah.
I do
So
agree
that's
with
really where the majority of money that comes
But
in
the
the door
stock,
goes
new
out.
stock is good because it makes us money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, these are all similarly themed. So Salt_Abigail says, hello, is Foxy Home Staging hiring team members? I would love to be a part of this industry.
We are. Go back to a post from a couple of days ago. Abigail, you said?
Last week. Yeah,
we are actually hiring a stylist. We were hiring a removalist, but I don't think you sound like the person who wants to be a
Are you saying
removalist.
that nobody out there wants to be a removalist?
It sounds more like you don't want to be a stylist. So send me through a resume and a cover letter through to our email, and we'll get in touch.
We've always we are specifically looking for a couple of people at the moment, but we've always said that if we find great people and people that want to join our team, we'd make room for them.
Yeah.
Is the simple answer. So, yeah.
Brilliant. Who do you use for your insurance? I have a small staging business, but the insurance is expensive from styling to sell.
I would love to know where they're based. Because from what so basically we use our brokers, Melissa.
We've got a broker. I know I'm trying to think, Comshore or Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, Sunshine Coast Brokers is her business.
But the package that we're on, that she's set up for us, is through Allianz.
Yep, the Allianz small business.
Yeah, I can't remember the specific details of what it's called. We could probably figure
you
that out.
get special stuff for going through a broker, so it's definitely worth going through a broker. I do know from conversations that I've had with stylists who are based up in Townsville that there are no companies that are willing to cover insurance for styling businesses up there anymore for short-term hire.
Right.
So depending on where that business is based, there might be issues. Property Stylists of Australia Facebook group has heaps of questions on heaps of people, answer them from all over Australia. So that's probably the best place to jump on and ask that question.
Brilliant. Talia, my wife, has asked.
She asked a question last time
treatment
too.
again.
She loves the
She on
the
a kid's bed
podcast.
again?
What can I say? She's asking about Jake. I'm interested if you know what these are. Bedhead Decals. Is that what they're called? Yay or nay?
That's, well, you're renting, so why not?
Do you know what they are? 'Cause I got no idea.
Well, they're the
It's like the big stick on the wall thing.
yeah, they're stick on
okay.
I'd go for the actual real thing.
stick on
We put wallpaper up on a wall and then the kids drew on the wallpaper, so...
yeah. Have you seen them, Jake?
I guess so.
I hadn't
It's
seen
just
them.
a sticker.
Yeah,
okay.
but it's a sticker of a bedhead, but they look cool. But
And they peel off and they don't affect
Sure.
paint.
oh, they don't.
I don't.
I think that's a nay, Talia.
I'm not fussed either way, to be honest. But I think I answered.
This is why he
didn't
doesn't do the styling.
See, we talked
Yeah.
about bedheads at home.
Oh, she did a laughy face. She's
Ah,
watching.
there she is.
I already
Hello.
said that bedheads at home, like for styling, yes, but at home, I don't really care that much. So same
Yeah.
answer.
Okay. My Sick Fit Life. Nice name there. This is a confusing question. We're going to give it a go. If you don't understand it, we'll just have to get some clarification. So, is it reasonable to stop spending inventory until I break even after 2 months? And two of that question she's written, meaning reusing this inventory a few extra months before purchasing more.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think she's talking about using the profit from one job.
To pay the furniture back. So
Yeah.
I go and buy a sofa. I probably have to use it 3 or 4 times before the money I make on that job pays for all the furniture that I put in the house. So I guess they're saying, should I buy a house, I'm making this up, let's say I buy a house worth of furniture, before I go and buy it for the second house, should I just use that same lot of furniture 3 or 4 times to pay itself off so I get the money back to then go and do it again?
Yeah, so for us, that'd be 3 times. We'd have to use that furniture 3 to 4
between 3 and
times
4,
for that furniture to then be paid off.
Yeah.
I think you're weighing up. You're going to take the time to grow your business is going to take longer versus how much cash and equity you need to put into your business, right?
It's a cash availability problem versus growth and maybe holding back on the growth.
Either or. To start with, you could go down either path.
Excellent. All right, you guys smashed that Q&A. I thought that would have taken
good at
quite a
this,
while.
aren't
We should do this more often. Only did it last week, eh? All right,
Talk to
we're
Laura.
up to,
Get your team under control.
no, she prepared this week's Over and Underrated. This is prepared by Laura. Thank you, Laura, doing the hard work for me. Number 1, spirit levels. Not Spirit
Oh, I
Fingers.
know. So he
Spirit
went to
levels.
mount our TV on the weekend onto the wall, and then he was like, there was no spirit level built into the
Underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say I almost never use them, but underrated because
When you need them.
Yeah, when you need them, they're cool.
I say overrated because we hang out art without them, and they make the boys take a long time if they use them.
Okay, yeah. Beach.
Boys specifically, I don't know why I said
I know what this is. Beach walks.
massively overrated. Sand.
I'll give the complete opposite answer.
Sand and
underrated.
salt water and stuff.
I'm clearly the beach person, and Phoebe doesn't like it.
Beaches. Laura, what is wrong with you?
Sitting, no, I don't mind.
I feel like she put that one in there to start a fight.
Sitting areas / sitting nooks.
When it comes, I think they're underrated when you're living in your house because they're just sort of the redundant no space areas that nobody uses.
Wouldn't
But
that make it overrated? As in, you think they're a waste of space in your own house?
no, I think you could get more out of them.
Oh, okay. Oh, people underrate them. They don't use them properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'd say overrated because to me it's like you use it for something else. Design your house so you don't have wasted space.
Let's go change the house.
Just fix it. Yeah.
Streaming platforms, Netflix, Stan.
Underrated.
the like.
Yeah, as a general, probably underrated, depending on your one of choice.
This is good, Laura. Picnics.
Overrated.
Yeah, probably a bit overrated.
There's so much effort to put in.
Yeah.
Someone though, if they pack it for you and they give you
Yeah,
a
yeah.
picnic box, I'll take that.
Wall clocks.
Rated, just rated.
Just
Just
appropriately
rated,
rated.
appropriately rated. I'll say slightly underrated.
Maybe
they're cool.
we should go down overrated. Ours didn't work on our wall for how long?
Our battery, literally
that's right.
one AA battery, easily replaced. We left it
a couple of years.
with not working for at least 2 or 3 years. It was.
Electric stovetops as opposed to gas stovetops.
Oh, overrated. They suck.
Yeah?
Gas is way better.
Way
We've got an electric and
Why?
it's just so
faster,
slow. Yeah,
hotter, faster, superior.
Doesn't run out though.
that's true.
What if your power's out?
Well, you get takeaway, wouldn't you? And last one, floor length mirrors.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. All right, we're up to our special segment. I left it to last because it's sort of mostly surrounding the Brisbane area. So, and actually, did you know, a bit of stats for you, most of our audience is from Australia, 64%, but 40% of that percentage is from New South Wales, our highest percentage.
Go
So
figure.
we
So
will
more
That's
start
New
awesome.
South Wales than Queensland.
Yeah, so we'll
There
give
you
a
go.
bit of love and attention to everyone to start with from Australia, and then we'll go down to some Brisbane. So this special segment, this from Laura, the article is titled "The Suburbs Homeowners Buy In Then Never Want to Leave." So basically, they're looking at the places where the longest average property hold time, according to two separate categories. So we're looking at houses and units.
Okay.
So we'll start with, well, you guys have a guess first. Which we're looking at capital cities. Where do you think is the longest average hold time of a home?
Hobart.
Oh, I was thinking that too.
That's based off nothing.
I was thinking that, but I'm gonna go Perth.
Oh, that was my number 2.
No, wrong.
Oh.
Hobart's actually the least. So I'll give you the stats.
poor Hobart.
Sydney is the most. So the house
Really?
is 13.1 years on average.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah.
This is
wouldn't
houses.
have thought
I'll leave units for the moment. It's pretty similar. Then Melbourne. Then Brisbane.
How are their markets so crazy if they hold on to them for so long?
Don't know. Then Canberra. Adelaide.
Oh, poor Hobart.
Darwin, Perth, and Hobart. You guys got the last two.
We're no good at
Didn't
this
you ask
game.
for the?
Yeah, correct.
I misunderstood the question.
Terrible.
All right, so now we're going to focus in on Brisbane to finish out this podcast episode.
Same question?
Yeah, basically about suburbs in Brisbane.
Ascot.
So have a think, yeah. And for everyone not from Brisbane, sorry about this, but let us know if questions for next week podcast if you're tuning out now.
I say Ascot.
You're going to say Ascot, so
I'd say I would have thought in a city, so maybe like a Coorparoo, Greenslopes type thing.
So there is a different list for houses and units. We'll go through the houses first. So we'll run through the top 10, starting at 10. Aspley, 14.5 years. That's a long time. 9th, 8 Mile Plains. Then it goes Kangaroo,
some big
Kangaroo
homes out
Point.
there. What?
It's a bit all over.
That's
Robertson.
because Kangaroo Point's a lot of units, so the houses that are there are the.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Jay, you're a thinker.
Yeah.
Robertson,
Yeah, that's all the big grand homes in there too.
McGregor,
Again, it's all very close.
fifth place Belmont,
Oh, yep.
Spring Hill.
In a city.
city.
Yeah.
Top three. Any more guesses? What did you guys
More
say?
in a city. I said Cooperoo, Green Slopes.
Ascot, Chandler.
Third place Sheldon.
Oh, that's Chandler.
Is it?
We may as well say it's Chandler.
Second place
I mean, you didn't, but yeah.
Wishart.
Oh, really?
Where's Wishart?
In between Chandler, just near Chandler. The Chandler's in between there and Sheldon.
30 minutes from Chandler.
And the Brisbane suburb with the longest household time on average is Shorncliffe.
Oh, Ascot's not even on
16.8
that
years.
list.
Nowhere near.
That's a long time.
Isn't that Moreton Bay?
I mean, it's still Brisbane.
It counts, yeah. There you go. How long did you say?
Poor Ascot.
16.8 years.
Wow.
That's a long time. And I'll give you the top three for the units. Aspley, third, Auchenflower, and Hurston. Where's Hurston?
Brisbane Hospital, like the Royal Brisbane.
Yeah. So the article says that, I guess it's the same for other places, but what they have in common is typically they're in well-established middle ring suburbs with 1 hour commuting distance to the capital city, family-friendly lifestyle,
That's an
schools,
interesting
green
article.
spaces. Yeah, I thought it was interesting as well.
Good search out. Good searching.
Yeah, well done, Laura. Appreciate that. So that's all I've got for this week's podcast. We'll be back next week.
Awesome.
Because while I'm here, I keep this team accountable.
Poor Laura.
No, not Laura. I'm
You do
blaming
good at
you
your
guys.
job, Laura.
I'm sure she tried to schedule you guys. You're just
Yeah,
too
she
busy.
did. She tried twice.
So thanks everybody for watching. We've now got video on Spotify, on the Spotify podcast. So that's cool.
I've never watched anything on Spotify.
Yeah, only
so.
22% of our audience comes from Spotify.
Look at you. I'm the numbers guy around here. Can you cut that out?
I only put that together today, so that's why I know that number.
That's not a small number. That's
Yeah, 22%. I think Apple's like 60-something%, and then
What
the
else
rest
is
are
there?
very small. Google Podcasts, I think they call it. I think you listen through Google Podcasts. So.
I listen through an app called Podcast
Podcast
Addict,
Addict.
and I don't know where that would
Okay.
fall. I guess it would take its feed from somewhere else. But
isn't
anyway.
it just on our phone? It's on the Android. You didn't have to download it, or did we download it?
Incorrect.
Oh, you downloaded it for me.
Okay, well, if you've got questions, as always, let us know, and we'll be back next week.
Thanks, guys.
See you. Bye.
Bye.